Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a short video that's a little bit different. Roland and Beth from Getting It Done North of 7 is hosting a My Favorite Cup collaboration. So I thought I'd go ahead and get in on the fun. And as you can see, my favorite cup is my Bitmoji, which is also my profile pic, logo, whatever you want to call it, for my channel, Cooking with Sherry. Now, it's not that I'm full of myself. What this represents to me is how far I've come in life, and I'll explain a little bit about that. I am not having anything in my cup, just so you know. I don't like coffee, I don't like tea, and it's too warm to have hot chocolate. So I'm going to just be holding an empty cup, which is good because I talk with my hands and I might spill if I had something in there. Anyway, back to my story. Now I'm 60 years old, and for the first 53 years of my life, I grew up thinking I wasn't good enough. I was an introvert, which I still am. But my self-esteem was way, way low. While I was growing up, I was made fun of the way I talked. I was always told I wasn't good enough, I couldn't do anything, So I just kind of became invisible. I didn't want anybody to notice me. I didn't want it, if I was noticed, then, I might have got made fun of. So growing up, kids and family alike made fun of the way I talked. So I never wanted to talk around anybody, never wanted to be recorded. It was, it was awful. I just felt, like I didn't belong. Couldn't participate. If I did, they either ignored what I said, talked over me, walked away. So, all sorts of parts of my life added to that low self-esteem. Fast forward to my second husband, and he was an angry man. He'd been sick for a long time and didn't know it, and in hindsight, that's what a lot of that was. But my house was never clean enough for him. When I cooked, we had very bland food. I didn't dare try new recipes or spice it up because he spent good money on that food and he didn't want it ruined. And if I fixed, like, say, spaghetti and it was a little bit gluey, he would throw it in the garbage, yelling the whole entire time, which made me never want to cook because obviously I couldn't cook. So that added, of course, to my low self-esteem. Also, my kids were very picky. Well, my last child was very picky, and he didn't like anything. Well, I knew he was picky, but to me, when he didn't want, let's say, meatloaf, or he didn't want anything but chicken or pizza, then I took it as I couldn't cook, even though I knew he was picky, because my other kids ate okay. They would eat almost anything. So about 11, 12 years after my husband died, I got on the dating sites, and I met Dave from David Does Stuff. And we began, conversations. We lived 2 states apart. Didn't think anything would become of it because we lived so far away from each other. And so I told him, I'm okay with texting, but don't call me. I figured I would chase him away if he heard my voice. And one day he called me because the story he wanted to tell me was too long to text. And, he continued to want to have conversations with me. And so I thought, okay, I must not sound as awful as everybody made it out to be. So, long story short, I moved to Colorado after 53 years and to live with Dave. And that man is amazing. He knew I didn't like to cook, but he encouraged me to try new things. And if it didn't turn out, he would eat it anyway, because knowing that next time I might actually fix something halfway decent. So fast forward again to, about 7 years. And he started his David Does Stuff channel. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. Maybe I could do a cooking channel. That's how far my confidence had come from the time I first moved to Colorado until now. And he backed me up completely. And I did not like the way I talked, so that was hard to overcome, talking, on my videos. And I definitely didn't want to be seen. So he was always willing to do the taste test, so I didn't have to be in the video. So one time he couldn't make it to be in my taste test video, so I had to do it myself or just let you guys wonder what it tasted like. So I sucked it up and got in front of the camera, and now as I do it oftener, it's a lot easier. So there's my story. I'm still an introvert. I still only cook easy things because I get anxiety with difficult recipes. I can do them, I just don't like to. Plus, easy recipes are just as tasty, and I'm not in the kitchen all day. So again, to remind you, my Bitmoji cup is not because I'm full of myself. It's just to remind me how much I've overcame in my life. I still have low self-esteem, but it's not as low. I'm still an introvert, but I have my husband who's behind me 100%. So, not that I want a pity party or anything like that, just thought I'd explain why I have my cup the way I do. Go check out David Does Stuff. He makes amazing stuff. Thanks again to Roland and Beth for having this challenge. Go check it out, hashtag myfavoritecoffeecup, and enter. It'll be cool to see all the different kinds of coffee cups. Thank you, and I'll see you with my next cooking video.
Recipe deals for easy meals. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is Cooking with Sherry. Until we meet again.